Hello, friends. I am pretty positive we're live. Yes, fantastic. So happy to be hanging out with you tonight on Amazon Live. Whew, I always start out just chit-chatting for a few seconds when we get started, just to give people time to hop on as they please. If people are browsing around looking for something to watch on Amazon Live tonight, this just gives them a chance to find us. It has been a night. I feel like I start every live stream with that. I feel like I make my life sound so stressful, and it's really not. I mean, no more stressful than anyone's life when they have a toddler. I have a 13-month-old. But so timing just worked out as such tonight that my husband was the one to put our daughter Sophia down for bedtime. And he is great with Sophia. They have a wonderful relationship. They have their little routines in place. But bedtime routine is not really one that he usually does from beginning to end, and is like the one that is actually with her as she's drifting off to sleep. That's usually mama. So she was just not used to it. She did not know what to think. She didn't know where I was. And boy, it sounded like a really good time upstairs. So little pro tip before we get started tonight, that is why it is so important to make sure that if possible, if you have a parenting partner, that they are actively involved in the nighttime routine from the beginning, so that if you ever have to like trade off jobs, when it's time for bedtime, it will just go so much more smoothly than it did for us tonight. But she is down, she is off in dreamland, and we are actually going to talk about bedtime routines tonight. We are going to talk about 5 Kia Babies products that are going to help you nail your nighttime routine. If you are looking to kind of start implementing a nighttime routine for baby, or you already have one, but you know, little things about it are maybe not working and you just want some tips, some ideas, ways to tweak, this is going to be a great live stream for you. And I'm I'm a really big fan of the products that we are going to be talking about tonight. Of course, I love everything Kia Babies. Of course, that's why I'm here. I'm sure that's why you're here. But these especially, I just think are some of like, they're just really top-notch products that are hopefully going to make your bedtime routine a little smoother, a little easier, and a little bit more enjoyable. So we've got some special stuff going on tonight, and I'm actually going to try. So if you see me get distracted over here, what I'm doing is I'm going to try to keep up with the message board tonight, just so I can kind of chat with you guys and be interactive. I finally kind of learned my way around Amazon Live and how to use it, so I'm ready to chat with you guys. We have a giveaway going tonight, which is super exciting. Really happy to tell you about it. I will mention it a few more times just in case people are jumping on, you know, at random times. What we would like for you to do is stay on this live stream until the very end. Stick with us. We've got some great content, some great products coming. And whoever sticks around and chats with us here on the chat, we are going to pick one of you guys as a random winner. And at the very end of this stream, we are going to be giving away a round hairbrush set. Now, I'm going to open up this box a little bit later. We're going to look at this product. We're going to talk about it. It's so fantastic. I use it on my daughter, Sophia. It's lovely. And I really want you guys to have one for free, just for hanging out with us. So again, all you need to do is stay on this live stream, chat with us, ask us questions, send us, you know, your messages, tell us hello. And at the very end, we're going to go through that chat log, pick a random winner, and I will announce who that person is. You have to still be tuned in, of course, and I will let you know how to redeem your free hairbrush set. So again, if anyone is joining us a little later on, I will mention this a couple more times, just so everybody has a fair shake. Super excited about that. While we're doing some housekeeping stuff, would you please, if you are not already, follow us here on Amazon Live. Give us a follow. That way you get notified every time we go live with one of these super fun hangout sessions. And that's honestly what I think of these as. This is a really great way for me to wind down in the evening after a full day of mom life. I know you all here can probably relate to, how busy and stressful that can get. And this is just a wonderful way to like download, all of the mom stuff I keep in my brain at the end of the day, share it with other mom friends or dad friends, and really just hang out and create community. So I love doing these. I hope you guys love them as well. And so if you don't want to miss out on these awesome products, these fun hangout sessions, and if you don't want to miss out on further giveaways and discounts, which we're always running, you want to give us a follow so that you get notified whenever we go live. Now, aside from the giveaway, I feel like we have so much going on. We're like throwing so much at you. We really, really want you to have your hands on these products, guys. So take advantage of this. We are also running our pretty standard, tonight is 20% off all of the items that I'm going to talk about in tonight's live stream. There's a banner below this video. Just click the claim button, and when you actually add the items that you want to cart, you will just need to go and complete your transaction, go ahead and purchase everything, close out, and that 20% discount will automatically be taken off once purchase is complete. And again, because this is kind of a thank you for hanging out with us here on Amazon Live and tuning into our live stream, it will expire 1 hour after the end of this video. So please take advantage of that. I don't want you to miss out. It's just going to be a blast. I don't know if you can tell that what I'm wearing is a robe. I thought like I would be, first of all, I want to be nice and comfy tonight, but also I thought I would be like in theme. I don't know, but I'm looking at myself and I feel like I just kind of look like a bag lady. But that's what this is. I am wearing my bedtime robe. I've got my jammies on underneath, and it is hot as Hades under these lights in here. So this may come off and you all will just get a peek at my jammies underneath. But I feel like that's kind of perfect for talking about a bedtime routine. So let's get into it. All right. So why is a bedtime routine important? Is it really necessary? Do you have to have a set kind of routine or schedule that you follow when it's time for baby to go to bed at night? You don't have to, but there are definite benefits to it. And so we're going to talk about some of those before we get into the products. Okay, so let's just kind of logically think about how we as adults fall asleep at night, right? So we don't, come in from work or come in from our day, darkness starts to descend, and that's like an automatic cue for us to literally just all in sync pass out, right? That's not how sleep works. There's not like an automatic sleep button you can press that just tells us it's time to sleep. We all have these kind of rituals and routines in our lives that help regulate our nervous system at the end of the day, that helps us process our day, things we've experienced, things we've gone through. We have a wind down routine. We kind of have a routine that sets us up for success the next morning a lot of times. And these are all things that kind of signal to our body and our brain that it is time to start relaxing, getting sleepy, and it is time to sleep. So your bedtime routine might be something really simple. It's literally just a matter of you change out of your clothes in the evening, you put, comfortable pajamas on. You probably have hygiene routines. You brush your teeth, wash your face, maybe you shower. Personally, I'm a morning shower person, but you might turn the sheets back on your bed. You read, you channel surf, maybe you write in a journal, even if it's literally as simple as setting your coffee pot to make coffee for you in the morning and laying out the next day's outfit. It is very, very natural and normal for us as humans to crave routine and structure in our lives, and especially at the end of our day when we're kind of wrapping everything up and winding down and getting ready for the big release that is sleep. So babies are the same way. They respond to routine. I call my daughter's bedtime routine calming and cueing. And what I mean by that is we do things with her that help calm her down, right? Regulate her nervous system, put her in a relaxed state, and also that cue her, QUE, that something is about to change, right? Like we are kind of ending our day, we're putting toys away, it's not playtime anymore, we're about to go to the bedroom, lay down, and get ready for sleep. So babies and toddlers, their little brains are making connections all of the time. They're like constantly on go, go, go mode during the day. They're taking in a lot of information, and giving them a nice solid bedtime routine, like an easy, gentle lead in to sleep time, gives them time to kind of compartmentalize everything they've taken in that day, everything they've learned and experienced, put it aside, in the little nooks and crannies of the brain where it needs to go, and allow them to settle down, and let sleep kind of happen. I think a lot of times we sort of get into this habit, we don't mean to, but we think of babies as sort of like automatic coffee makers almost, like there is an automatic sleep cycle setting and you just put them on the setting, lay them down, and they're supposed to just go to sleep. And just like us, it really doesn't work like that for them. Maybe even more so, again, just because their brains are so elastic, right? And they've got so much going on all the time and they're expending so much energy. It's vitally important that they have a wind down before they go to sleep. So now that we kind of understand a little bit more about why routine is useful and helpful and why maybe we should have one, let's talk about when you should start. So a bedtime routine is not really something that you need to or can even implement right from birth. So this is not something that's going to start as soon as you come home from the hospital. And, sometimes I know I came home from the hospital with kind of a little packet. I can't even remember who in the hospital gave it to me, whether it was lactation or if it was labor and delivery, I don't remember. But I was sent home with this kind of packet of talking about how to start my baby's sleep routine from day one, like literally the day I leave the hospital. And the first point was to never let baby fall asleep on my body. And now I am no expert, but my experience actually bringing a baby home and, caring for a baby is that's really unrealistic. And honestly, probably not even that healthy. So I don't know where that information came from, but if you have received similar information, I would take it with a grain of salt, because in babies' first 6 to 8 weeks, they are brand new to the world, right? They're fresh out of the womb. They are just now learning how to kind of regulate their own bodies outside of your body, right? They have no concept of things like day and night because they've been living in a womb. So it's very common for their nights and days to be mixed up. They haven't experienced sunlight and they have not attached a meaning to that yet. They haven't experienced, when sunlight turns to darkness and attached a meaning to that yet. They're just figuring all this stuff out. And basically, their little brains and bodies are telling them to just shut down and sleep whenever their body senses that they need sleep. And, that's going to be at just totally random times. You actually have very little control over that, and that's totally normal and healthy. So please, in those first 6 to 8 weeks, especially, try not to stress yourself out about baby sleep. If it is erratic, if it's all over the place, that's why all of the jokes about, sleep deprivation and just how awful sleep is going to be for you when you bring home a new baby. That's where all of that stuff comes from, because it's kind of true, right? Like baby sleep is tough in the beginning, but you will get through it, and all babies eventually do learn to sleep. Sleep is a biological function. So all you are doing by creating a bedtime routine for them when they're ready is just kind of helping a very natural process develop on its own. So point being, just please try not to stress yourself out. So back to the original question, when can we start a bedtime routine? So ideally you would start as early as 6 to 8 weeks. And, the reason for that is that's kind of the initial time that baby is starting to become a little bit more aware of the world around them. They're kind of coming out of that sleepy fog that they're in when they're first born. And they're starting to notice and interact a little bit more with the world, which means that, their brains are working extra hard, and They're expending more energy, and they're probably starting to have slightly longer awake periods. So, starting to get them into a good routine of resting when they need to rest, this is a great time to start that. This is also the first time that a baby is really going to even be able to kind of start to recognize routine and respond to it in any way. So let's start at about 6 to 8 weeks. And again, that's on the early side, but that's a good time to start introducing some really good sleep habits. Okay, so that's when we start. How do we start? We start slow and we start small. Just because, we don't want to build up these unrealistic expectations for how baby should be sleeping really early on. So that's why I say start slow. And start small is, you don't need a whole lot of complicated steps in a bedtime routine. So some, general ideas would be, let's put some comfy jammies on. Let's change baby out of their outfit for the day. If a baby is still in that 4th trimester period, kind of the first 3 months or so, they really only need to be bathing 2 to 3 times a week. So maybe a nightly bath is not a part of the routine yet, but we just want to make sure baby is in some clean, dry, comfy jammies, right? So put baby in some comfy jammies. Offer a feed. This is, great for their nutrition. They have to eat a certain amount of times a day, obviously, to maintain healthy body weight and development and all of that stuff. So it's a great way to get those calories in. It's a great way to kind of fill their bellies to hopefully give them a good long stretch of night sleep without getting hungry. It's also a great time for them to have just one-on-one closeness with you. And that's whether you are breastfeeding, so that's obviously going to be skin-to-skin contact, or you're feeding baby from a bottle, but you're holding them close and you're gazing at them and, interacting lovingly with them. That is a great way to help baby kind of regulate their nervous system and start calming down and getting ready for sleep, is closeness with mom or dad and offering a feed. So a little something extra that I think is a great next step is something like a gentle head massage. Okay, so I don't know of a single person in the entire universe that doesn't think that a head rub is just one of the most magical, wonderful experiences in the world. I personally love a good hair brushing, a good head massage. I literally would pay someone to just play with my hair at night as I fall asleep. So I don't know if any of you are out there like freelancing as professional head rubbers or like hair player withers, but if you are, like, please leave me a message in the chat and let's talk. Like, nothing weird, but it's just amazing, right? It's an amazing experience. It's so calming and relaxing. And so that's why I super, super love the Kia Babies hairbrush sets. So they are not just hairbrushes, as we think of them for. A hairbrush has a very simple function for getting tangles out of your hair. I want to just talk about how luxurious this set is, how multi-useful it is, and why I think it's such a great part of a wind down bedtime routine. So let's open this up. Let me show you the packaging because it's just absolutely darling. I love that this comes in special, kind of gift edition packaging. This makes it an excellent baby shower gift. Just keep that in mind. So we're going to open this up. This is the round hairbrush set, and you can browse everything I'm talking about. It's all going to be 20% off tonight in the carousel below this video. So please just click through and you should see everything. I'm pretty positive I put it in order of what I was going to talk about. So I tried to make it as easy as possible for you guys. If I messed it up, let me know in the chat and I apologize, but it should all be there. Okay, so the round hairbrush set. So the round hairbrush looks like this. So soft. Like, I wish you could feel this through the screen. It's got a nice bamboo handle. And I'm not going to go on my super long bamboo spiel that I always do whenever I talk about Kia Babies products that are made from bamboo. But I will just say really quickly some things I love about bamboo. It is extremely durable. So anything made from bamboo is going to stand up to a lot of wear and tear, and you can think of it as a long-term investment because it's going to last you a really long time and it's going to stay in really good shape. The other thing about bamboo, just from an ethical, environmental standpoint, is that Bamboo is highly sustainable. It's naturally replenishing. It's not over harvested. It is not currently endangered. So using bamboo is like a really ethical way to, produce textiles. So I'm always in support of brands and products that use bamboo. Now the bristles here are, I talked about just a second ago how soft they are. They are 100% goat hair. And so let me talk about that. So first of all, it means it's like the softest bristles you've ever felt in your life. Think of this as like the absolute softest kind of toothbrush you've ever felt. And why I compare it to a toothbrush is that it is very soft, but it has this really nice kind of coarseness to it, a good structure to the bristles. And why this is important is because if baby is experiencing anything like cradle cap, which is kind of that flaky, dry looking patchy skin that's oftentimes on the scalp, kind of the nape of the neck, sometimes in the eyebrows. I know Sophia had a little bit of it in her eyebrows. If baby is suffering from any kind of cradle cap, this is an excellent, gentle way to exfoliate that away. And a nice way to do that is you could just wet baby's hair with some nice warm water and gently give the scalp a brushing with the soft bristled brush and just kind of remove those scales, remove that crustiness, because if you let it build up, then it gets kind of itchy and irritated for baby, and then it's kind of harder to tame. So you don't want to let the flakes build up. Just gently brush that away. You could use something like a little baby oil or a little coconut oil and brush with the soft bristled round brush. So that's what I love about this. This is just going to feel really nice if you want to just give baby a nice, gentle little head rub. Now, there is also the bamboo bristled brush. So not only is the handle bamboo, and by the way, it's a really great size. Like this just fits nice and comfortably in my hand. It's going to be super easy to use when you're brushing baby's hair. I know like a lot of kind of starter kits of baby hairbrushes, I guess because they're for a baby, they think that they should be like really teeny tiny. And so they almost look like little doll brushes. And it's like, sure, but the baby is not actually going to be brushing his or her hair on their own right now, right? Like mom with a big adult-sized hand is going to be brushing baby's hair, and I can't hold on to this. It's just this tiny little like Barbie doll brush. So I love that. That was total tangent, but I just love how nice and big and comfortable this handle is. But in addition to the bamboo handle and base, it also has bamboo bristles. So these are a little stiffer, a little harder. And what this is going to be for is a good massage that is just going to stimulate blood flow and circulation and just feel really good. Of course, also it will brush baby's hair. But think of this as kind of those like pointy prong head massagers that grown-ups use. This is basically the gentle version of that for a baby. So, stimulating that blood flow, stimulating that circulation is, again, I keep using this word, but it's going to be very regulating to baby's nervous system. It's going to be nice and relaxing and will really help kind of get them into sleepy mode. So that's what I love about this one. And then, of course, it comes with this very lovely, and this just feels so high quality, bamboo comb. And this is going to be great for actually, if you're blessed with a baby that has enough hair. We're still working on Sophia's hair coming in. But if baby has hair that is long enough to get tangled, and you actually need to kind of comb it and detangle it at the end of the night, this is going to be your tool of choice here. So I love that you also have this, which is actually going to comb through baby's hair nicely. So this is excellent for cradle cap, eczema, that kind of stuff. Plus it just feels good. It's going to be very nice and gentle on the hair. This is a handy dandy head massager for baby that is going to stimulate blood flow and circulation. And then you've got your detangling comb. So absolutely love the round hairbrush set. And this is what you guys are going to win if you enter our giveaway. So in case you weren't here at the very beginning, we have a giveaway going for you to win this round hairbrush set. This is what I just showed you here. And all you have to do to enter is stick around until the end of this live stream, chat with us on the chat, say hi, ask a question, introduce yourself, whatever. Just make your presence known, and we will select at random a winner at the end of this live stream. So in the last few minutes, we're going to select a winner. I will announce who, we'll type on the message board who that person is. I will verbally announce it as well, and then I will let you know what to do to actually redeem your free round hairbrush set. So please stick around to take advantage of that. Okay, so let's move on to the other hairbrush set that they offer. So really similar. This is just in a smaller kind of oblong shape. So again, you've got your bamboo handle and your goat's hair bristles. You've got your bamboo bristles here for a nice stimulating massage. And then we've got a wooden comb that actually has a little handle to it, which I really love. And it's super cute. It's got the Kia Babies logo on it. I don't know if you can see that, but I just love their branding. I actually really love the Kia Babies logo. That little Kia bird I just think is so, so sweet. And again, so this is going to be for actually like combing through baby's hair. And this would be really nice if you are bathing baby as part of your bedtime routine, which we're going to talk about in just a second. This would be nice to like detangle baby's hair after a bath. So you definitely want to be using this as part of your bath routine as well. So that's the hairbrush set. And I think, you know, a baby head massage at the end of the night to kind of cap off your nighttime routine as baby starts to get drowsy and ready to drift off is just a really excellent way to help them relax. It's a nice bonding experience for the two of you, and it's just going to feel really good. So that's how we start with a super simple routine. Now, as baby approaches, okay, I don't want to break this, so I'm not going to put it all the way back in the sleeve. As your baby starts approaching like 6 months old, that's when their skin kind of may be in a condition where they're ready for nightly bathing. They can tolerate it a little better. You know, babies have really delicate, sensitive skin. They don't need a lot of exfoliation. And honestly, little babies they're pretty contained during the day. They're not like out and about getting super sweaty, getting super dirty. So it's really not necessary to bathe them more than 2 or 3 times a week. My daughter Sophia is 13 months old. Sorry, I'm burning up. So these are my pajamas. My shirt says, "Let me sleep." Feels very appropriate for tonight. My daughter is 13 months old, and we've just gotten her on an every other night bath schedule. She absolutely loves bath time. Like, it is a must for her. She does ask for a bath every night, but she has really sensitive skin that tends to run a little dry. So we do every other night. And on non-bath nights, we just kind of take her for a little stroll around the neighborhood as sort of one of her calming and cueing kind of parts of her routine to let her know that we are winding down for the night. But yeah, so let's talk about incorporating bath time into your routine. It's a great, great way to relax baby, to kind of cap off the end of the night. As I was just saying with my daughter Sophia, how it kind of cues her that something is about to change. She sort of knows that, okay, after dinner, I get out of my outfit for the day. I know that mom and dad go and run my bath water. They lay my towel out, all that kind of stuff. And it really is sort of like a transition for her brain that says, we're leaving this part of the evening where I was eating, playing, and we're, now transitioning into my nighttime. The warm water is, of course, extremely relaxing and very regulating to the nervous system. So incorporating a bath into the nighttime routine is a fantastic idea. And so one of my absolute favorite bath products comes from Kia Babies, of course, and I'm going to share that with you tonight. So that is the Luxe Bamboo Towel. Okay, so just look at how cute this is, right? It has the little ears. I'm going to show you up close the pattern there because this is actually designed in-house by Kia Babies' creative team. So these cutie little animal character images like are unique to Kia babies. And I just think they're so, so sweet. There's a little bear, there's a bunny. I love how just nice and neutral this is. But this towel is an absolute game changer. It is a bamboo towel. So again, bamboo is not only, I talked about before, how it's a very durable fiber, it is also a very soft fiber, right? So if you are creating kind of soft textiles out of it, like a towel or a washcloth, it's going to be the softest feeling thing on the planet. It just feels very high quality. It stands up to a lot of machine washing, which is great. It's going to last you a long time. Bamboo is also naturally antimicrobial, so that makes it a really great choice for items like towels, washcloths, toothbrushes, or even kitchen utensils. Now this towel, I'm going to unwrap it for you, is sized large, as are a lot of things I have noticed with Kia babies, which is actually fantastic because it means that you will get a lot of use out of your Kia babies products because they're so size versatile. My daughter Sophia is in the 80th percentile for body size for her age. So she is taller, she's longer, she's wider, and I actually, have trouble finding things that are supposed to fit her age range or her weight, but they don't. So I've never run into that with Kia babies. And so, part of why I love this towel is it opens up nice and wide, so it makes it really quick and easy to get her all wrapped up and snug and dry. It's, good and long, so she's not falling off the end of it. It has the hood, which makes drying her hair really easy. So I just put this up over her head, and that also helps keep some of the heat in, so it keeps her warm after she gets out of her bath. And I'm able to just wrap her up. And because it is so large, I'm not having to constantly kind of tug it, around her, struggle to get it around her, move her around in it to try to get more coverage or to get her dry. You don't have to do that. It's really kind of more like a baby bathrobe almost is the way that it fits. It just wraps up so, so nicely. So yeah, we absolutely adore the Luxe Bamboo Hooded Towel, and it is 20% off tonight. If adding in a bath to your nighttime routine is something that you think you want to do with baby, I highly recommend it. My daughter loves her bath time, and this is one of our favorite bath products to use. It is so easy to clean. It's machine washable. You'll just wash it on cold, tumble it dry on low heat. And as with any product that you want to maintain absorbency, you don't want to use any fabric softener with it. And I'm telling you, it is just so soft already that you really don't need to. This is already held up to a lot of use and a lot of washing because it is Sophia's favorite towel. So yeah, and then of course it's got the added bonus of just being adorable. In having the little ears. I love anything that makes it look like baby is an animal, or like everyday items that look like a Halloween costume, because I'm just here for it, right? Like, when else in your life can you walk around in like your little bear ears, except when you're a baby at bath time, right? So love this towel for so many reasons. I also think it makes a really, really great baby shower gift. It's thoughtful, practical, and it definitely will be used. So that is the Bamboo Luxe Hooded Towel. And I'm just going to take a minute to check our message board and just see how we're going, see how we're doing. Whoa. To load all of these. Hi, Amanda. Amazon customer. I'm not sure who you are. Sarah. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here with us. Amazon customer, her son loves bath time. He's almost 10 months, girl. Let me tell you. My daughter, who's 13 months old, she is starting to become verbal, and she will actually get down out of her high chair when dinner's kind of winding up. She will take either me or my husband by the hand, and she will literally lead us up the stairs to the bathroom, just going bath, 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 bath. Except that she can't pronounce TH yet, so it's just bath. So bath, 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 bath. Like, girl is all about her bedtime, her bath time. So I can relate. Okay. So talked about the towel. So let's talk about how once baby is out of the bath, what do we dress them in? So let's talk really quickly about jammies, and then I'll move on to the next item that I'm actually going to talk about, which I'll go ahead and pull out. And I will show you everything up close. Just give me 1 second to kind of clear out some space here. Okay, so the recommendation for baby attire to sleep in at night is generally that a pair of seasonally appropriate, snug fitting pajamas is what is appropriate. And the reason you want them to fit snugly is because any material that can kind of ride up around their nose or mouth is a suffocation hazard. So you want to make sure that everything is nice and fitted to baby's body, anything that you put them in. You know, here in the Southeast where I am, the Southeast United States, it's really hot right now, and it's going to keep being hot until we're in, you know, like the month of November. So for my daughter, Sophia, I have found that bamboo is a nice material for pajamas for her in the, you know, heat and the humid conditions that we live in. I also tend to do away with footed pajamas for her in the summer. So I will actually put her in like pajama shorts or short sleeves. If I'm doing long pants, I try to kind of balance it out, you know, leaving a little bit of skin exposed so that she stays cool and gets some air. But yeah, so you want to make sure that baby is not too cold when they're going to sleep, especially if baby is younger than 6 months old. They're going to have a harder time regulating body temperature than an older baby or an adult would, and keeping them warm is really important. But once they're a little bit older than that, you want to make sure that they don't overheat, right? Because overheating is a SIDS risk, and SIDS is SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, which obviously we want to do everything in our power to avoid. So it's, you know, pajamas is something that you're gonna have to try and play around with. Find the sweet spot for your baby. You don't want them to be, if they are kind of wiggling all around the crib at bedtime and they're wedging themselves into corners, sometimes that is a sign that they may be too cold and they need an extra layer. But if you feel the back of their neck or their chest and it feels sweaty or clammy, like I do right now, gross, then they're probably too warm and you need to remove a layer. So that's the rule of thumb for pajamas. Now, baby cannot have, if they're under 24 months old, they cannot have any loose blankets in their sleep space. So let's say that their sleep space is a crib, I'm assuming. So that's what makes the next product we're going to talk about so helpful. And helping keep baby nice and warm at night without the need for a blanket. So this is the Kia Babies sleep bag. And this is probably one of the coolest designs for a sleep sack or a sleep bag that I have seen. I've tried a lot. I've used a lot of them for my daughter, Sophia. It's been hard for us to kind of find the one that's optimally nice and light and breathable, but also keeps her warm, is comfortable for her because she is like a real wiggler and a squirmer. She's a really wild sleeper. And these have been absolutely fantastic. So what I have here is a size small and a size, this is the size small, and this is the size medium. My daughter, Sophia, who is 21 pounds, and is 13 months old, uses the medium. So this is good for ages 6 to 15 months. So you're going to get a lot of use out of this. And then the small is good for 0 to 6 months. And there's also a large. I just don't actually have a large with me at the moment. So let's talk about how we use this, because I think the design is really, really genius. First of all, I love that this has adjustable shoulder straps, right? So it leaves the arms open as most sleep sacks do. That's just so baby doesn't overheat, so that they can move their arms as they need to, and so that they get some airflow and it helps keep them cool. But these are size adjustable. So if you need it to be a little bit longer, at the top in the shoulder straps, you just use this top button here. If you need it to be more snug, you just put it in the bottom one there. Now, I personally haven't seen other adjustable shoulder straps on sleep sacks, and that's been a real bugaboo for my daughter Sophia, just because kind of the way that she sleeps when she kicks her legs out at the bottom of her sleep sack, it tugs here. So if this is at all kind of a little bit on the small side or a little bit tight fitting, the straps here, that's just going to like slice into her, and it's really uncomfortable and it wakes her up. And obviously she doesn't enjoy that. So I love that you can kind of adjust this to custom fit however you need it to fit your whatever size your baby is or what is comfortable for your baby. I also love the way that it zips. So it has this nice zipper kind of hider here that protects baby's skin from getting jabbed by the zipper, but it actually zips around your baby. So did you see how like I unzipped that all the way around the bottom? It wasn't just straight down the front like this. It really does kind of contour around baby. And you can open it nice and wide, just like this. You set baby inside, adjust the shoulder straps how you need, close it up, and zip it up. So genius. And this makes, if you need to do diaper changes in the night, which my daughter Sophia is kind of out of that phase at 13 months old, but God, did I hate struggling with getting the bottom of her sleep sack open, or sometimes they don't even have openings at the bottom at all, right? And you can't get to baby's diaper to change it. So you actually have to like completely take them out of the sack, which is going to wake them up, and changing the diaper becomes a whole ordeal. So this just makes it, because it opens all the way up wide at the bottom, this just makes it so much easier to do that quickly in the night. So love, love, love the design and shape of this sleep sack. Now let's talk about how soft it is. My gosh. So it's 100% cotton, and it's just the softest thing in the world. If they made bedding for adults out of this, I would have a pillowcase made of this cotton. I would have my bed sheets. I would have a comforter, the whole thing. It's just, my daughter Sophia has really sensitive skin, so I have to be really mindful of any material that I let kind of rub against her, so that she doesn't get irritated, she doesn't get chafed, especially if she gets a little bit sweaty in the night. Which, you know, we try to avoid, but, and so her skin is moist, like anything rubbing against it is going to cause irritation. And this just doesn't. Again, it is so soft. It's so comfortable. And it's really interesting how they have achieved this. This feels so nice and plush and like it's really going to keep baby warm. And it does. But I always give it the breath test to just see how well air flows through it. So I just take a couple of deep breaths through it, and I want to make sure that I can feel the air blowing on my hand on the other side. The airflow is just amazing. So baby is not going to get overheated. They're not going to get super sweaty in this. It is hands down probably my favorite sleep sack that we've used. So again, it is 20% off tonight. Please take advantage of that. All you have to do is there's a banner below this video. You will hit the claim button. That sends a 20% discount to your shopping cart automatically. So when you pick out the items that you want to shop tonight, everything we're talking about is eligible for this 20% off. Complete your transaction at the end of this live stream, and the discount will just be automatically applied. So definitely take advantage of that. Now, a sleep sack is appropriate for an older baby. You can also put newborns in a sleep sack. Absolutely. That's totally a personal choice. But something that might be a better option for a newborn who still has something called the Moro Reflex intact, which is that startle with the kind of arms and legs straight out, that, you know, happens when you move baby, when they hear a loud sound. Sometimes just happens at random, especially when they're getting sleepy. That's what the Moro Reflex is. It's actually a protective reflex. So it's a great thing to have, but it can be very disturbing to baby's sleep. So a sleep sack is obviously not going to contain their arms. They're going to be able to flail them out like that, and that can wake them up. So if you have a baby that's kind of in that 4th trimester age range, which is the 0 to 3 or 0 to 4 months or so, A better option for you is probably going to be the Swaddle Wrap. And so, of course, Kia Babies makes one. They make an absolutely fantastic one. And I'm actually going to show you with a stuffed animal how easy these are to use, because let me tell you, trying to learn how to use like the muslin swaddles, just like the swaddle blankets for my daughter Sophia, where you have to like fold the corner down, make a triangle, tuck an arm, all of that. My brain just doesn't work that way. It especially didn't work that way when I was freshly postpartum. I was not getting a lot of sleep and was just like crazy on hormones. So I need a swaddle that is like a 5-year-old could learn to do it. It's like swaddling for dummies, right? Like that's what I need. So if any of you out there can relate to that, then I highly recommend the Kia Babies Swaddle Wrap. It comes in a 3-pack. So this is the color and patterns here. We've got this nice gray. I just love that everything is super neutral. Not that you like need babies swaddles to be fashionable necessarily, but I mean, everybody likes a good aesthetic, right? You want to take cute pictures of your baby all swaddled up, and I just think these are just really adorable. They're like really stylish and kind of sleek looking, right? And they're nice and unisex. And then of course we have our sweet little woodland creature pattern here. So these are the Swaddle Wraps. And again, they are 100% cotton, so they are just nice and soft. They are not going to cause any irritation. They stay nice and snug right here around the chest, just like they're supposed to. So they're not riding up the neck. They're not riding up on the mouth and nose, which is, again, a suffocation hazard. You don't have to worry about that with these. And they attach here with Velcro, so they actually stay closed. So even if baby is like wiggling around, they're not going to break loose. This is going to stay nice and secure. You don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, was my swaddle job correct? Did I get it right? Is baby going to wiggle out? Are they going to be able to pull the material up over their head? You just don't even have to stress about it with these. And that's what's so fantastic. They're nice and breathable and airy, so baby is not going to overheat. And so even if they were to somehow get this up over their nose and mouth, again, remember, I did the breath test. You can easily breathe through this. So again, you just can feel really safe and secure putting baby in these. So let me just show you with Cotton the bunny. I borrowed him from my daughter. This is one of her favorite lovies. I'm going to wrap Cotton up in the Swaddle Wrap just real quick. So I want us to be able to wrap up and get to our giveaway. Okay, so baby's legs are going to go inside the little pocket. It's like perfectly designed for baby's tail end, their feet and legs, so you don't even have to worry about that. You're going to tuck the arms, pull this closed, make sure this isn't like strangling them. It's right where it needs to be over the chest. And obviously Cotton is not exactly the size or shape of a newborn baby, so this is going to be even less awkward with a baby. It's going to fit much better, but you will just attach those Velcro tabs here and boom, done. He is swaddled. That was literally 2 to 3 seconds, and he is ready for his night-night. So if a swaddle is going to be a part of your nighttime routine with your younger baby, that kind of 0 to 3 or 4 month old range, get your hands on one of these because it's going to make it so quick and easy. Now let's talk about just really quick why when you should transition to something like a sleep sack or a sleep bag and out of the swaddle. And this is really important because it's a safety thing. So once baby is around 3 or 4 months, it's probably more likely 4 or 5 month period, they are going to start naturally trying to perfect their rollover of getting from their back to their tummy. And that takes a lot of practice, right? It's not something that just one day they're immediately able to do. It's a lot of trial and error and kind of getting rolled over onto their tummies and then not being able to get rolled back over and screaming for help. We went through it with my daughter, Sophia. It was a time, let me tell you. But so if baby is kind of approaching that time around the 4 month mark, It is really not safe for them to have their arms kind of contained like this, because what you want them to be able to do if they were to get onto their tummy and they can't get themselves back over, you want them to be able to, you don't want them to be stuck face down, right? You want them to be able to lift themselves up using their hands and arms so that they can get a good breath in and so that they can cry out for you. So again, it's kind of a suffocation hazard to have a baby that can roll swaddled. So once they are getting close to that time, you're going to want to transition to a sleep sack. And I remember my daughter Sophia kind of naturally actually transitioned herself around I think she was 4 months old and she was not quite yet 5 months old. So we were kind of on the late end of taking her out of the swaddle. But one day she just didn't want her arms contained anymore. And so that's when we knew it was time to switch her. But prior to that, the swaddle was absolutely fantastic for her because she had a very, very pronounced Moro Reflex. And so, she was startling herself awake all the time. And so that's one of the biggest benefits to swaddling, is just kind of containing that startle reflex so the baby can get a good night's sleep and so that they can relax and not startle themselves awake. It also kind of reminds them of being in the womb. It's a very similar position to kind of how they slept in the womb. So it's naturally very comforting to baby to sleep in a swaddle, and it keeps them nice and warm when they're kind of in that period where they're not as good at regulating their body temperature. Okay, so that is the swaddle. So if you would like to shop the Swaddle Wraps, they are 20% off tonight. So please take advantage of that. And then I'm going to check the message board one more time really quickly, and then I'm going to talk about our last item of the night. And let's go ahead and get to selecting a winner. Yes, I hope you guys are checking the chat or the message board here, because our Kia Babies team member that's on the chat with us is providing lots of kind of the nitty gritty details of some of these products that I'm not always going into, just because I'm trying to cover everything quickly. Oh, Amanda, you're 31 weeks pregnant, and this will be great for your baby. I totally agree. You absolutely need this. Congratulations. Let me know if you're still on, if you know whether you're having a boy or a girl, or if that's something you'd like to keep to yourself. Of course, that's fine. But congratulations, you're in the home stretch. So let's go ahead and start selecting a winner. I'm going to leave that to our Kia Babies team member that is on the chat with us. Oh, it's Amanda. Amanda, mommy to be, Miss 31 weeks, is the winner of our giveaway. Okay, so Amanda, if you are still out there in Amazon Live land with us, congratulations. And what you will need to do is email ask@kiababies.com. So ask@kiababies, KEABABIES.com. Oh, you're having a boy. Congratulations. And congratulations on your hairbrush set. So your baby boy is going to love those head rubs. So now the pressure's on, Mama. You have no excuse to skip those head rubs. Okay, so let me go grab the last item that I'm going to talk about, because we're going to talk really quickly about kind of nursery setup for optimizing your baby's nighttime routine. Okay, so my handy dandy clothes rack. It's been through so much. It's been through so many Kia Babies videos. I actually ordered a much nicer looking one that matches my decor a lot better, and the order was lost. So the company ended up just canceling it, and I actually need to reorder, but I haven't quite found one that looks like what I'm looking for. So we still got this guy, but he's doing his job. Okay, so let's quickly talk about kind of the optimal nursery setup for a good, solid bedtime routine for baby that's going to help induce sleep. Okay, so babies, infants, so we're not really talking about toddlers. I'll talk about that a little bit in a second. They kind of need help developing and protecting their circadian rhythm. So that is their natural mechanism that tells them that nighttime and darkness means sleep, and daytime means light and bright, and it means I need to be awake. There is kind of a natural flow to that. You know, at nighttime, our bodies and babies' bodies produce melatonin, which is kind of the natural sleep chemical that we produce. But babies tend to kind of have a tendency to get their nights and days confused. Their circadian rhythm kind of needs help from us. So my number one suggestion is to have a nice dark nursery. Blackout curtains are an absolute must in our house because my daughter Sophia actually needs it almost pitch black for her to not get kind of distracted by her environment and overstimulated and keep herself awake. So a nice dark nursery is what you want to aim for. You want to keep the nursery on the cool side, and that's a little bit a SIDS prevention as well. But the recommended safe sleep temperature is between 68 and 72 degrees. I've kind of found that our sweet spot is between 70 and 72. Sophia tends to run a little colder than she does hot. And so if she gets too cold in the night, that will absolutely wake her up. So make sure you're kind of aiming for a temperature of between 68 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So baby's sleep space, this is really important. So we're talking about the crib, let's say, needs to have a firm mattress, and it can only have a nice, snug, fitted sheet. I was going to say top sheet, but that is not correct. Fitted sheet. No extra bedding. So no top sheet, no blankets, none of that, which is why the sleep sack or the swaddle comes in such handy. But let me just tell you my favorite crib sheet we have ever used, and I feel like I say that a lot, but it's true. It's, the reason I shop with Kia Babies is made by Kia Babies. It is their jersey cotton fitted crib sheet. And here it is in the white kind of woodlands pattern and the gray. And so I'll show you these up close so you can see just how cute they are. Nice and neutral, nice and unisex. They are going to go with any nursery decor. You don't have to worry about that they're going to clash. They are just going to fit so nicely with any color scheme. So cute. Look at that. This jersey cotton is so soft, as are all Kia Babies products. I don't know how they have found the secret sauce to making the softest baby products on the planet, but they really have. So again, this is something that I would absolutely have for my bedding. This is not going to irritate baby's skin as they kind of toss and turn and rub against it. It uses Snug Fit technology, which is unique to Kia Babies, which basically just means that this sheet just naturally contours to the size and shape of whatever mattress you are putting it on. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but I really can't tell you. This takes 2 seconds to put on and take off. There is no struggling to tuck it into the corners to wrap it around. It just wraps around so nicely. It literally does hug the contours of your mattress. So it's so easy to use. It is nice and light and airy and breathable. I do the breathe test with this as well because obviously my baby is going to have kind of her face pressed into this. So I want to make sure that she's getting plenty of airflow, she's not getting overheated, and that she can breathe through this. So take nice big breaths. I know that looks ridiculous, but basically I just want to make sure that I can feel the airflow on my hand through this material. And that's how I know that it's not too thick to have on baby's bed. So it is nice and light and breathable. Again, Sophia does not sweat. She does not get overheated when we are using these crib sheets. And I don't have to worry about her having her face pressed into them. They are super easy to clean, machine washable on cold. You can tumble them dry on low. They come out nice and wrinkle free. Of course, these have been draped over my bar here, so they have the little crease in them. But I can't say enough about how much I love these crib sheets. So these are the 2 colors and patterns that are available to you. Again, this is going to make a great baby shower gift because they are so nice and unisex. So it doesn't matter if you're shopping for a girl baby or shopping for a boy baby. they're an absolute favorite in our house. And again, they are 20% off tonight. Everything we talked about is 20% off. And all you have to do is shop the products that you want. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. If you are still here, make sure you complete your transaction before you go. Add the items that you want to cart. Click the claim button on the banner below, and that's going to send that 20% discount automatically to your cart, and it will just come off of your total when you complete your transaction. And because it's a thank you for tuning into our live stream, it will expire 1 hour after the end here. So yeah, just make sure you don't forget. Before we go, I would love for you to give us a follow here on Amazon Live if you haven't already. Also, find us on social media. We're on all the major platforms, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, YouTube. Instagram especially, we're doing giveaways over there all the time, sharing your pictures, your stories. We've built a really great parenting community over there. I just think Instagram is so fun. So if you're not following us there, please give us a follow there as well. I hope this helped. I hope you got some great ideas for how you can nail your baby's nighttime routine. Just remember that baby sleep is this dynamic, kind of ever-changing thing. It takes a while for it to fall in place, but I promise you it will. Give yourself a lot of grace at nap times, bedtimes. Give baby a lot of grace, and you guys are going to be great. You're going to rock it, and you will sleep again someday. All right, so keep creating wonderful moments, and I will see you next week. Bye, friends.